Karen from Countyfairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
I think I have America's funniest cowgirl on the line with me, don't I?
That is correct.
And your name is?
Karen Quest.
How long have you been America's funniest cowgirl?
Since 1998.
How did you get started in doing something like that, and where do you do it at?
Well, it wasn't planned. Let me put it that way. I started my performing life off as a juggler, and one by one I learned a couple of little weird things like unicycling and fire eating, and then I went to the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Clown College. Just the usual story. And then I ended up at juggling conventions, and that's where I learned how to spin a rope initially because it's object manipulation. And then in 1990, I went to the first Wild West Arts Convention and ended up meeting some iconic Western artists like Monty Montana and Monty Montana Jr. and Cheryl Bacon and Sylvester and Barbara Braun. And, quite a few of them became my mentors. And my friend Cheryl kicked me in the behind to make a cowgirl show, and I resisted it because I was so into juggling. But anyway, I ended up doing a cowgirl show. So
okay,
that's what I've been doing. And to answer the other question, I perform mostly at state and county fairs, and anywhere there is family entertainment. School shows, parking lots, short sales, foreclosures, weddings, wakes.
How long is your show?
How long do you want it to be?
Oh, okay.
I can go 45 minutes to an hour and 15. And one time I did a complete theater show with Act 1 and Act 2. So it depends.
Okay. Are you a grounds act?
I am. I'm a professional grounds entertainer.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. You wear the whole cowboy girl setup and everything. I saw your images on your website. So different kind of rope tricks kind of like do you do? I don't know anything about rope tricks. You want to tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. Trick roping is an art form that originated in Mexico with the charros and came up to America. Will Rogers saw it in Chicago at the World's Fair in 1890 or something. And, I wish I had my dates with me, but, and there's just still, today, there's just a handful of people who make a living trick roping. Monty Montana Jr., one of my mentors, told me the best trick is getting a job.
You get jobs, though, because you're still doing this. So
yeah, actually, yeah.
Do you remember your first gig?
My first cowgirl gig? Yes, I do. My first cowgirl show was at my father's 70th birthday. But
that's cool.
My first professional job was my first county fair was somewhere in Wisconsin. I don't remember the name of it though, but I'll people say, well, where do you perform? It's like wherever there's a check at the end of the job. So
that's important.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, county and state fairs. You want to tell us some of them that you have done?
Oh, we don't have that much time. My goodness, 21 years of doing state and county fairs. I've performed everywhere from California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Arizona, Utah, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Texas, Branson, Missouri, and as far east as the North Carolina State Fair. Mostly I focus on west of the Rockies.
Are there any show places that you haven't done that you would like to do?
Of course. Of course. I've got my wish list. I think everybody does.
Do you want to share that with us?
No, I'll just mark it to them. But there's also a lot of fairs that I love that I've done like 4 times. I just went back to favorite little fairs in California called the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee.
That's cool.
Yeah, Angels Camp, California. Angels Camp, yeah. It's just beautiful there.
I know where they are. I did interview them last year. And they're pretty famous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they are. For people that might be listening that don't know, one of the most charming things about Angels Camp is that on the sidewalk of the main street, instead of like in Hollywood where they have the stars, on the street, they have the jumping frog jockeys and the names of the frogs of the winners of the contest in brass plaques on the street. So sweet.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Okay, what do you need to get booked into a county or state fair? Do you have certain requirements that have to be met?
Yes, of course. I have a tech writer, and I need a little more space than maybe the average grounds act because at the end of my show I spin a 50-foot loop, which is called the Big Loop for obvious reasons. And I like to have 15 feet overhead so I can crack my whips. But I also pride myself in doing shows where I shouldn't be able to do any shows. So you make accommodations just to fit the space. And so there's things in my act that I have a bunch of different components. So I can pick and choose which pieces will fit in the space and still make a wonderful show.
Does that whip cracking scare the little kids?
Not really. I have had babies that love it. I've had babies that cry, but mostly people are just really interested. In other words, nobody sleeps during my show.
I would imagine that. No. So when you do a county fair, so how many shows a day do you usually do?
I'll do 3 to 4 sets, and what I mean by set is either a show, but I also have a strolling component, which is I have something called over-the-top stilt characters, and I have 6 or 7 different characters ranging from, they're all 8 feet tall, cowgirl, a pirate with a real wooden leg. I have a grandma on stilts with a giant walker, which is completely original. They're all original characters, but and I have a steampunk princess. The grandma has a bunch of different costumes ranging from polyester pants to a motorcycle grandma. So it's a lot of fun. But I have a farm girl. What else do I have? I'm trying to remember. Circus girl.
Oh, okay. So you're really not by yourself.
No, I'm with all the characters that live in my head.
That sounds cool. That must be kind of crowded in there then.
Well, what's crowded is the car. The car is crowded with costumes and props.
Okay. Now I have to ask you, you've been doing this for a number of years. Are you a mother too?
No, I'm not a mom. Never got that. But I've been teaching everything from improv to circus skills to ages preschool to the 90s. So I've had a lot of children in my life over the years.
I would imagine. And you do something that not a lot of people do. So you must have a good following that way.
Yeah, I guess. I'm mostly, I'm not so concerned about, like how many people are following me on social media or anything. My main goal is just to go work. It's just to go work, and I want to throw in the name of my company, which is Giddy Up Productions, and our slogan is "We're in the happiness business." So I also represent some other quality family entertainers ranging from magicians and jugglers to people who do bubbles. And we just love making people happy. That's our goal in life.
Still juggling?
No, I don't juggle anymore. Once in a blue moon just for fun if I'm around some other jugglers. But when I have time to practice, I practice my trick roping and my whip cracking and for the skills stuff. There's only so much today. You know what I mean?
You know, when I think of trick roping and whip cracking, it makes me think of a cowgirl that would go out on the prairie and chase the cows. Do you ever do that?
I have chased cows on horseback once, but I started riding horses when I was 5 at camp, but I come from a theatrical background, more like vaudeville, and I did some street performing in my youth, and, so that kind of, I didn't grow up on a ranch, unfortunately. And because there were 7 kids in my family, my needs were never met. I mean, I wanted a horse since I was 5, but somehow I never got one.
That's sad.
No, but I'm really lucky because I have friends with horses, so I get to ride from time to time throughout every year.
Well, isn't that what a cowgirl's supposed to do, is ride a horse?
That's right. Ride a horse, stand on a horse, and spin a rope. I have friends who are trick riders. And I've been lucky enough to have a couple of trick riding lessons, which you really need to start when you're very, very young. So I got into it a little bit late. But I've also had a mounted archery lesson. Went to stunt school. I've been set on fire. It's crazy.
You've been set on fire?
I have been set on fire on purpose, yes.
Oh, that doesn't sound like any fun, Karen.
Oh, it was really exciting, actually. Really, it was at stunt school. I went to stunt school for an intensive for film and television stunts. It's just fun.
Okay. So how do people reach you?
People reach me by going to my website, which is www.cowgirltricks.com, which will take you to Giddy Up Productions, and they can see everything there. They can also find me on Facebook at Cowgirl Tricks. They can also find me on Facebook at Giddy Up Productions, and one of my stilt characters has her own Facebook page, and you can look at her at Very Tall Grandma.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, do you have anything else that you want to add?
I'm in love with my work.
That's cool.
My work.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I adore the fair business.
Hopefully, some people will listen to our interview, and some people will get back to you. I hope so. It's been great talking to you, Miss Karen.
Thank you, Miss Karen.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.